Good morning. We're working up at Kevin's, and this is a beautiful bike. You can't tell the beauty right now because it's undressed, but let me tell you, when we get it dressed out, it's gorgeous. Kevin is installing a Colorado Norton Works hydraulic clutch. It's mounted. This is the hand unit. We've just run the hose all the way back down to the slave cylinder. I wish we'd done video of the slave cylinder. We didn't even think to show it to you beforehand, but here it is. You hand me that flashlight, Kevin.
1 second, I'm looking for
Oh, you're up there. Yours over there.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute.
There you go.
Back, and look at the quality in that slave unit. Isn't that gorgeous? Just beautiful. The fitting comes right up through the hole where the cable went and has a nice rubber grommet. And you tighten it in here and you get a nice tight fitting in there. And then you reach in and tighten that big nut in there as much as you can. We used a screwdriver because it doesn't matter. It can't go anywhere. It's just holding it in place. It can't move because it's pegged by the hydraulic line right there. So it's gorgeous, and you can even see the CNW logo down there in the bottom. I'll tell you what, Matt does gorgeous work. This is a work of art. This is just freaking beautiful. So we're at the point now where we're going to bleed this system and activate it. So I'm going to ask you, why am I on my knees, and why is it?
Yeah.
Why is it?
Well, unfortunately, yeah, we gotta
Oh,
get it to a
look,
place where I can pour in the brake fluid.
you're tall.
Yeah.
I'm down there on my knees. Doesn't work. Okay, cool. We're going to bleed that system. Okay, we have the hydraulic clutch installed and bled and operational. Now, we violated the instructions and did it our own way, which was to unscrew the adjuster on the left as far all the way out, and then manually pump the clutch assembly to pump oil all the way down into it. And
Tell them why we didn't follow the instructions. Because we don't have a vacuum pump.
I'm not sure if I can pump.
I've used them
Okay.
in tech school and I didn't like it.
So anyway, we had the bleeder open until we got good fluid down there. They closed the bleeder. Now the next big thing is we didn't leave this mounted here. We moved it way over here so that it was slanted, because this is a bubble catcher. You have to have moving up, and you cannot go this way because the bubbles will accumulate here. So we moved the master cylinder over here so it was slanting this way so the bubbles would come up into it. As soon as we did that, we got a lot of bubbles. Then, while I was down there at the bottom with the adjuster completely out, I used a small Phillips screwdriver to push the rod in, and Kevin would see bubbles up here. So then he would then pump this to pump oil back down into the master cylinder, into the slave cylinder, and I'd feel it pushing against my screwdriver down there, and I'd do it again, push it in, and he'd get bubbles up here. Replenish this, he'd push this in to fill that up. I'd push it in with the screwdriver, we'd get more bubbles. We did that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until we didn't get any bubbles anymore. At which time I locked that down, he locked this down, and we got a gorgeous clutch. It is a beautiful clutch. And it seems to be working just fine down there. So we locked in the adjustment. What I did was I put it all the way in till it was forcing the rod all the way into the slave cylinder. Then I backed it out about 6 or 7 turns, which gives it about midway play. And matter of fact, right now, Kevin, you got a Kickstarter on this thing? No,
I don't have it
it's
not
installed.
back on, no.
Okay, so we'll check it with the Kickstarter to make sure we got good clearance. But I
Yeah.
think we got a great braking system here. Okay, so that's quite the adventure. And I'll tell you what, this whole assembly is gorgeous. Now we're going to leave this slightly cocked out until after we get the tank in place, and then we might move this in a little bit. We'll do the final fitting when we're doing the final fitting. So progress has been made. We have an operational hydraulic clutch, and I really, really like it. I've got one on my bike. I put one on my bike I would bet you it's been 15 years
Really?
ago when I put it on my bike.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
So, and that's the way it is up here at Kevin's motorcycle shop,
Bloomfield Road.
which you call midlife crisis.
Midlife Crisis Motors.
Midlife Crisis Motors is the name of his shop. I love that. All right, we're getting ready to drop the tank on. This is an older frame. It's got the old oil tank in it. It's an 850 motor. And what brand are these? Are these Kins?
What?
Volvo?
What are you talking about?
The cars.
They're cans.
Are they cans?
They're KNCRs, yeah.
I've never even been close to them.
Yeah.
They're really nice looking. So the fuse is out, so we can drop this tank on. The petcock is hung up on it.
Yeah, I've got wires here too. I'm looking at a whole bunch of things we got to watch out for there.
Okay, now are the rubbers?
Nope.
Okay,
Not yet over here.
okay, the rubber's in place over here.
Not over here. There.
Okay. Hey, it's starting to
Okay,
look,
up we go.
it's starting to look like a motorcycle, isn't it? The difference a tank makes.
Yeah. That's the truth.
All right, so we have the gas tank.
Oh!
And
Leak.
nice catch.
And guess where it is?
Great tell. It's down there at that stupid pingle thing.
God, that's coming from everywhere.
Okay, well we just we were doing leak test as that explosion just happened. So interesting. It's got this weird, beautiful pingle thing down here.
It's coming off
I
everywhere.
think it's coming from your side. My side's dry.
Okay.
I'm going to turn this on again now.
Turn mine on again?
Now I'm going to turn this petcock on.
Okay, go ahead.
See leak?
I don't see a leak.
My petcock is on. Is your petcock on?
No, mine's okay. I just saw a drip. Drip.
Okay, you got a
Come
drip
from your
on.
side. No, it's coming from
Oh
your
look, it's coming from this overflow.
Yeah. Okay.
From these overflows. Why are they doing that?
I don't know.
Let's give the bowls a tap and see if we can settle the floats. Now I'm still dripping a little bit, but that could be because it's
Residual.
the mechanic's prayer.
Yeah.
Please let it be residual. All right, so now my petcock's on full,
So's mine.
and yours on full,
Uh-huh.
and whatever happened is over,
Oh, I just
right?
saw a drip.
Where are you seeing it? Yeah, I'm still dripping a little bit from this overflow here. I don't know if I can tap left-handed. See, I'm not familiar with these. See the drip right here? I'm talking to the video.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not sure what's causing it. We may have to drop the bowls off.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. I mean, it'd burn up the thing and kill us, but it's amazing.
You know, let's try to start it and see if.
Reg. Let's just let it sit here for a few minutes. I'll jiggle the bike, things like that. Your side nice and dry, no leaks over there?
No, nothing over here,
So
but
it's
I don't
just-
have an overflow over here either.
Well, I'll bet you do. It's just it's on
Based on the
this
inside,
side
yeah.
of your car. Do you have any tubing that we could put on these overflows that would take it down away from the bike? Even temporarily.
Yeah, yeah. Understood. See if that'll fit. Plenty. Small, big.
This is small. All right, so now we can take that and notch it out here instead of here. See how interesting.
Yeah. So I wonder if it started, that's going to jig things.
Well, at least it'll be away from
Yeah. Anything hot.
flame. You know, till it backfires and lights
Oh
up.
yeah, there's that.
All right.
I got fire extinguisher.
Yeah. Fuse is in.
Yep.
That key is really
On.
big.
Okay.
Is that light on? Or?
Yeah, lights on.
Let's do it just ignition on. Okay, ignition on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because this is off.
Oh, okay.
So this first one should be ignition. Theoretically speaking.
Yep. All right. Fuel switch is on the on position. You ready?
Scary. Is there a choke?
Yeah. Somewhere in there. Probably on your side. Yep. Choke is on when it's up.
Really?
That's what this little thing says.
Oh, that's surprising.
I know.
It's trying.
Yeah. Talk a little bit.
Start it and let it go gently till we empty the sump.
Yeah, plenty. Yeah, big time flow. Okay, there's a screwdriver over there. Air fuel screws.
That sounds great. I mean, what is this, about 800 RPM?
Yeah.
That's an 800 RPM idle. Thing is incredible.
Let's put our own flow.
It's stopped.
Huh?
Stop dripping.
Yeah, not dripping right now.
Man, listen to that thing. That is a gorgeous sound. Oh wow, Kevin, that is lovely.
Let me hook up the timing light real quick.
All right,
We're here, might as well do it all.
all right. We're going to strobe the ignition. All right, we're going to start it, and Kevin's going to strobe the ignition down there.
pretty good. It's hard to tell, there's not a notch there. It's 38, right? Norton's 28.
On this side,
This is Norton.
what? Wherever the notch is.
Yeah. There is no notch.
Not in this one?
No.
All right. It sure sounds good.
Yes, I agree. That's why I'm thinking it's 28, not
Yeah.
38.
All right. Timing is set perfectly. And I turn the idle up just a little bit. That's about an 800, 900 RPM idle. And looking good. Oh, that's a pretty bike. Oh, that's sweet.